Okay, we're standing on Larrabee Street, just south of Chicago Avenue, and behind me is the Chase Bank, which was built on the site where the McNulty Paper Company was. 535 West Chicago Avenue was the address. The door opens on the Larrabee Street side now, and the address is 755 North Larrabee. But anyway, interesting story about this location. We're directly across the street from Montgomery Ward and Company corporate headquarters, and there was during World War II a strike that was prolonged, went on for a long time, couldn't seem to solve it, and the government, as they were doing in those days during the war, stepping in and trying to resolve strikes because they felt it was hampering the war effort. So in any case, they ordered Montgomery Wards to settle the strike, and Sewell Avery, who was the chairman of the board of Montgomery Wards, said would have nothing to do with the idea of settling it. He wasn't going to give in. So the National Guard was brought in, and two National Guardsmen went up to Sewell Avery's office, picked him up in his executive chair from behind his desk, and carried him out because he refused to leave. And the newspapers were all out in front and got pictures of Sewell Avery being carried out of his office, and it was on the front pages of all the Chicago papers the next day. Anyway, at the time of that strike, the union came to my father and said, "We'd like to rent some space in your building. We're going to set up a speaker so that we can broadcast to the people that are going into Montgomery Ward's retail store that Montgomery Ward's is unfair to unions and the working men." And my father refused to rent him the space. And later on, through the policeman on the corner, Sewell Avery found out that my father had refused to rent space, and he invited him to come over to visit him. And when my father got over there, he took him into the boardroom and introduced him to all the board members of Montgomery Ward's board of directors, and said he was so appreciative of the fact that they didn't rent space to the union that he offered him 3 parking places in their executive parking lot. And they also told him that they were welcome in the executive dining room whenever they wanted to come across the street and eat lunch. And I said to my dad afterwards, "Dad, why didn't you ask him for the paper business instead of parking spaces? It would have been a better deal for us." But anyway, later on, we sold the building to Montgomery Wards. They tore it down. They built a new corporate headquarters in the building that stands off to my left. And later on, the Chase Bank was built on the exact site where the McNulty Paper Company was then located.